right, so we are going to be starting. Good morning, everyone. Happy 4th. And really, when I'm thinking about actually this particular weekend and not doing too much of anything, as I hope that everyone else is just going to kind of stay inside, I was really thinking about the revolution is really about our own inner landscape. That it's really about opening ourselves up to what is our own individual responsibility. And that is really one of the landmarks of the new earth. When we speak about the new earth coming in, we're already in the energy of the new earth. I can tell you from my own personal experience, from having watched this energy move for the last 25 or 30 years. But it is about our own individual actions and our own individual decisions. So as we are moving into this particular holiday, and probably staying more either to very, very close friends or not really doing too much. Certainly the fireworks have to be within, and we will not be seeing them on the outside. It's really about that anyway. The coronavirus has just really made our journey into your own inner world a little bit more tangible, as transitions are in our lives, in our individual lives. So here we are actually expanding into this experience globally, which I think is an unbelievable experience. So today we're going to open up our hips. We're actually going to be doing some exercises that I normally wait until the very end of our class to do, but I'm going to do them ahead because my goal is to actually get to sundial, Shri Yantrasana, which is not an easy pose to get to and requires very big and open hips. Today I want to concentrate on opening up our torso and allowing that when we connect to the belly, how we allow the spine to open and expand, which is really about the fireworks within. So come to your seated pose that supports you, whatever that may be, index finger and thumb together in Chi Mudra, as we come into our own inner landscape. I want you to feel your own fireworks within. It is about letting the beauty and the gift of what it is that is inside of you to come out to the world. Do not bring it, don't let it just go with you. Let's bring all of your gifts, all of your talents, all of your awakenings out into the world. So you just allow yourself to breathe into the belly, the deep, deep breath. When we talk about COVID, I hear everybody speaking about the breath, and the breath is prana. It is the nourishment of our body, much more even than I believe food. I've come to really, really love breath, the breath work, especially in the yoga practice, and as it relates to moving through the asanas. So let the breath move down into the belly. Keep the breath long and deep. What's required in the new earth, or what's required in our own individual actions, is to be able to be at peace with ourselves, to know what is right for us, to know what right action fits our energy, fits our vibration out into the earth. Into this earth, into being in this physical body. So breathe deeply into that. Feel the sacredness of the breath, sacredness of your being here. Let the fireworks move from the inside out. So now bring the breath into the belly, then let it rise all the way up to the lungs, and then from there all the way up to the base of the neck. And as you bring it up, you could feel how it expands your whole torso. We'll be really working on that today. So tune into that feeling, belly, lungs, and then throat. And hold at the very top of the inhale.
I just did that. I can't hear a thing.
Hold at the very top of the
Yeah,
inhale.
let me push it, see if you can hear this.
And then exhale out. All right.
Can you hear that kind of funny clicking?
Dear Lord. Here we are.
In my left-hand corner, I have 4 bars. And then right beside the mic cooler here. 4 vertical.
Okay.
Unmute. I'm on a Dell laptop.
Okay, well, we've got fireworks within.
But now, I clicked.
Mike?
I don't see how to get any different. At the bottom of my screen, it says mute, unmute, and then stop video.
Hold on one moment.
Chat, share screen, record, and reaction.
Mike?
It says mute.
Mike, you gotta stop. She's coming into the whole video. I mean, your conversation is completely coming into the video, so it's completely disrupting our class. Completely. Okay. Oh, we're gonna.
Right here.
Okay, you see what's going on? And I can't unmute. I can't mute her. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Let's start in the standing position. Let's just get up. Let's just start moving. 5 minutes of just a little bit of a disruption. Here we are. Fireworks within. Just kind of breathe in. Here we are. This is the most uncertain times of our time. So here we are, the most uncertain times of our times. Let our feet be mat width apart and just kind of rotate all the way around in one direction. Just kind of take your breath. Just kind of move into your own center. Mary Lou, I hope you can join us. And then reverse the direction onto the other side. Just kind of feel yourself weighing into your feet. We want to feel connected to the earth. Everything that we're doing is grounding first and then expanding and opening. Just moving in the opposite direction. Just move and feel how your body wants to move in this. And at the same time, just allow yourself to feel grounded into the earth. A nice deep breath. Good. And then release. Come all the way back. Feet parallel to one another. Tadasana, the mountain pose. This is where we center and let your arms come down. Let your hands come towards the screen. Maybe in a receptive place to open the energy. Open your energy to the energies of the earth. We have a cool day today. We have a deep wind. Just allow the birds. I hear birds singing all around me. Just find yourself into this human experience on this incredibly magical planet. Just be part of that magic. Taking a deep breath in. I want you to remember that in a yoga practice, we're trying to combine 3 things: an emotional intelligence, a physical intelligence, and your intellectual intelligence. And when you move in one direction only, you're missing the whole point. So here we want to really connect into our hearts, just as we stand in mountain pose. When the mountain stands between earth and sky, it's powerful. It's a source of energy for many things on this planet. So feel that energy. Let that energy begin to infuse every part of what we do today. And then arms are going to swing all the way up. And you're going to exhale and fold. Shins go slightly forward. thighs back, head down towards the floor, arms swing out to the side as we inhale all the way back up to a standing Tadasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, and let the right foot go back into the runner stretch. Now take your left hip back, right hip stays up. It doesn't go down here. It's lifting up. Top of the thigh presses back, heel lifts up, and then presses back. So you're on the little toe mound, you're spreading the little toe mound, you're on the big toe mound, so the whole of the top of your foot is connected. That's your stabilizing leg as you lift all the way up to a standing high lunge. Take the top of the thigh back again. Engage your belly. Move the head of the arm bone up toward the ear and back. And now breathe into your heart chakra. Take your rib cage down. Then add the arms all the way up. And breathe. Now see if you can grow it from here. Take the heel back a little bit more. Engage the belly a little bit more and see if you can make it into a back bend. I know we're just starting. Breathing in, then release and come all the way back, hands onto the floor. Now notice, if you're rounding your back like this, can you see me? Rounding the back, straighten, straighten. That's a lot of core work. That means that you're pressing back a little more. Straighten, straighten, straighten. Then bring your right up to meet the left. Head down towards the floor. Arms swing all the way up. Hands go to prayer over your head. Down to the heart. Just feel that energy. Breathing in. Just feel. It's a lot of work. When we move into these small itty bitty places, it'll make that intellectual mind connect to the physical. And once you're there, we experience spanda, the movement of energy in and out. In and out. Spanda. Movement. Breathing in. Arms reach all the way up. Exhale and fold. Left foot goes back into the runner stretch. Nice deep breath. Right hip back. See this? This is how it can, see how you can bring your hip out here? Knee goes in. It's very similar. It's very familiar. Take the right hip back. Knee over ankle. So you get a good alignment. Now, we can press a little more into the back foot. Big toe mound down, spread the little toe mound, come all the way up. Hands onto your hips. Re-engage your energy to the back heel, your left heel. Take the inner left heel back. Take the top of the thigh back. Now we're really engaging the leg. Now I've got something to work with. Belly in. Head of the arm bone up toward the ear and back. Add the arms. Breathing in. And begin to expand. Breathe in. Exhale out. Open the heart. Good. Then release. Come all the way back onto the floor. Right, left foot up to meet the right. Head down towards the floor. Arms swing out to the side. Inhale all the way up. Clasp your hands. Palms up towards the ceiling. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up and then left. And inhale up. Breathing in one more time to the right. Inhale up and then left. I was mirroring there for a little bit, but I'm going to do it the same side. Right. Inhale up and left. Use your breath. The breath helps the spanda. Relax. Come all the way back down. Head of the arm bone up toward the ear and back. Nice deep breath. Good. And then hands onto the hips. Arms swing all the way up. Exhale and fold. This time, bring the right leg back into the runner stretch with the right knee onto the floor. Keep your toes curled. You want to hug the energy into the center. Hands onto the left knee, exhale forward. Again, don't blow out your hip. Don't let your hip just kind of hang out. You want to protect your hip, but get the quad stretched. Different listening. And then inhale up, exhale forward. Low Anjaneyasana. Inhale up, exhale forward. Now here, hold this. Good. Add the arms all the way up. Now as you're pressing into your back foot, let your arms come over your left knee. Torso and arms forward. Now notice your rib cage is going to go onto your thighs. Bring your rib cage up towards your back. And breathe into this stretch. Arms have the spanda, the energy between them. So feel like you're hugging the midline with your arms. Inhale and come all the way back up. Woo! All right. Switch your legs. Come back into a kneeling pose. Right leg forward, left leg back. Nice deep breath. Exhale forward. And inhale up. Good. Exhale forward. And inhale up. And exhale forward. Inhale up last time. Exhale forward. We're once again going to come forward. Arms are going to reach. Now I want the energy between your arms. I want you to feel the energy between your arms. You're hugging a midline, right? You see that brown strip right over the head? It's like you're hugging that strip. Now, you're coming forward, balancing with your left foot onto the floor. Bring your rib cage up off of your thigh. It's going to take some core work, going to take some back work. Breathing in, inhale and come all the way back up. Good. And come into a kneeling pose, a table pose. Fingerprints down, back of the palm, knuckles down, curl the toes under. Come into downward facing dog, first dog. One heel up and one heel down. Just begin to notice if you're rounding your back, regardless of whether you're doing dolphin or whether you're doing regular downward dog. Good. And then release and come back into the table pose. Let your knees go out to the side, toes together, roll back, extended child, and breathe. Breathe into your own experience. So if you do this without the breath, without thinking about how you are connecting to your own divine nature, we're missing part of the beauty of what this is all about. Taking a nice deep breath. Good. Then inhale and come all the way back up. And I want you to look at your monitor for a moment. I just want to demo something. So we're going to be in dolphin. So that means you're going to have your fingers together, forearms onto the floor. And what I'm seeing often is this, the rounding of the back. What we're really looking for is to take the top of the thighs back. So I want you to begin to recognize, and if your top of your thighs can't go back and your hamstrings are very tight, bend your knees, but begin to open your shoulders. So what I want to do with this next pose is pressing back. Bend your knees if needed. And if your hammies are good, you can straighten. Take the thighs, take your heart to your thighs, and then take your rib cage. You see my rib cage? I haven't even integrated my rib cage yet. My rib cage is going to the floor. I want you to lift that up. Lift your rib cage up so it's extending through the spine. Okay, let's try it. Come into your dolphin. Nice deep breath. Know your body. Know how you're rounding. If your hammies are tight, bend your knees. Make sure your knees are bent. I want your heart to open. So if you are the kind of person like Elizabeth, you have strong hammies, hamstrings, you may not need to bend, but you will need to bring your rib cage up to extend through your spine. So everyone begin to really feel that. Keep doing it. Just have a little bit of play in your shoulders. Good. And then release and come back. When you can get this relationship of your shoulders opening, your hamstrings, and your rib cage going in, the bottom part of your rib cage extending, working with the belly, you'll got more power to work with. So let's come into the table pose with the right leg coming forward, left leg back. Let me see if I do it this way. Yeah, I don't know which way is the best. Okay, here we go. So we're going to come into a twist. I want you to notice your rib cage. I want you to notice your top of your thighs. We're going to come into it, the low Anjaneyasana, because you're doing all the things we just did. Hug into the midline. And isometrically, you're hugging even your arms into the midline. Take your left hand onto the floor. Right hand onto your hip. And I'm going this way because I want to show you. When I am twisting, you see how my hip goes down. Now, if you bring your rib cage in, it lifts your hip up a little bit more, and you rotate a little bit deeper. So try that. So here we are here. Whoops. Everything today's a little wacky wonky. Okay, here we are. I'm holding the midline. So the rib cage, we're going to twist. So here's my first level of twist. Is one levels of twist, right? So I'm twisting here. My bottoms of my rib cage are sticking out. I bring them in, and you see how that automatically lifts my hips. Then I can rotate a little more. It's a deeper rotation. See if you can do that. Add your right arm up, and I want you to press it by your ear and over your head. Breathing in. Now, twist a little more deeply. Nice deep breath. Are we connecting to our divine nature? Breathing in, release. Come all the way back, either dolphin or downward dog. Fingerprints down back of the palm knuckles. Curl the toes under, come back. See if you can begin to feel your shoulders opening a little bit more. And as we begin to open our shoulders, we actually begin to open our hips and other parts of our body. Good, release, come all the way back into a table pose. This time it's the right foot coming forward, left foot back. Same thing, twist. Is that right? No, okay, left foot forward, right foot back. Good. Exhale forward. Oh, people are going to be crazy looking at this video. Exhale forward. Ah, whatever. Hope you got something out of it, people. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Rosie being wonky. Exhale forward. Inhale up. So we're going to come exhale forward. Right hand onto the floor. I'll do it front ways so that maybe you can see it from a different angle. I'm not sure. So I rotate first. Okay, I'm in the rotation. I've got my knee hugging in, got my arms stable, got my toes connected to the floor. Rotate the torso. That's number one. Now you'll notice when you do that, your rib cage kind of sticks out. Everybody's does. Right? You're kind of looking for that deep twist. Bring the rib cage in. Bring the hips back. Now rotate a little more deeply. And breathe. I find it always brings me to a deeper place. Good. Excellent. Release. Come all the way back into the table pose. Hopefully you could feel, oh, that's right, I forgot the arm. That's okay. Fingerprints down back of the palm knuckles. Curl up into downward dog or dolphin. Breathing in. Watch your heart. Don't do this on your shoulders. Get more of your hips to go back. Now, if you're Maria, you want to bring your feet up towards your elbows, and you want to bend your knees generously, and then bring your thighs back. Yeah, bring your knees in, your feet in, bend your knees, and press back. And that's for anybody who is rounding. Good. And if you're not rounding, like Elizabeth, you're going to bring your rib cage up and you're going to bring your back long. Okay, good. Come all the way back onto the floor. Take your time. Okay. Upavista Konasana, inner spiral. Usually wait for this to actually be a pose that we do at the end of the class, but we need to get our hamstrings a little bit more open. First of all, while we're here, just do a circle. I want you to lift up. Don't sit in your hips. Lift your torso all the way up and rotate all the way around. And I want you to breathe. Breathe your way into the movement. And I want you to feel how the weight of your torso, which is heavy, how that impacts your hips. Do you find that one side, of course, one side is always different from the other. That's in everybody's body. How is it different? Just notice. Good. Reverse the direction. It always feels odd on the other side. Good. Come all the way back to center. Now, if you're allowing your tailbone to go under, I don't know if you can see this tailbone under, you want to lift up or bring a pillow or something underneath. Especially as we are getting older, we've got to support the low back. This is never going to help you because now I've unengaged my belly. It is not relating to my lower back. You want to stay upright, and the goal is to come forward in front of your hips. So to do that, inner spiral, bend your knees. Press your heels into the floor. Take the top of the thighs right down into the floor. So you can do it a little more easily with knees bent. Even if you're like me, you've got pretty open hammies, I always find I can go somewhere deeper because I'm asking my torso to come forward a little bit more while my knees are bent, so I could get a little more power with my belly. And again, you want to take the low part of the rib cage in. That's key. It's really key because that actually begins to throw off the alignment. Good. And come forward. And inhale up. Good. Now, for those that have tight hammies, make sure when you're doing this, you're really lifting up through the spine. And if you have open hammies like me, you want to get your thighs down strongly and engage your belly even more. Even more. And then release and let your knees slowly come down. See if you can lift up a little bit more. Tie over onto the right foot. Rotate. Make sure that your hands are on both sides of the tie. Toes are engaged. Heel down onto the floor. Hamstrings down onto the floor. Knee depending on where you are on the floor too. Exhale forward and inhale up. You want the left thigh to be solid onto the ground, earthy. You want to enjoy a sky through your spine. Exhale forward and use the spine. Use your breath for spanda. Spanda kind of says what it is, right? It's a Sanskrit word meaning movement in and out. And nothing is static. Exhale forward. Certainly not in our bodies, certainly not on this world, certainly not at this time. Exhale forward. Inhale. Come all the way back to center. Now as you come back to center, see what is different on the other side. Then walk your hands forward. Come to wherever it is for you. Doesn't matter. And if you're really, really tight, bend your knees and come forward right to here and breathe into that edge. Just breathe into that edge. Again, you let the mind, body, breath, calm your energies to just being single focused. Inhale, come all the way back up. And if you have your knees lifted, let them go down. Rotate the torso. Again, rib cage in, lifting, all fireworks. Here we go. Left leg, exhale forward, and inhale up. Exhale forward, and inhale up. Nice deep breath. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Don't let this be a struggle. Exhale forward. I don't find struggling in yoga works at all. Not in all my years of working with yoga. Exhale forward. And then inhale all the way back up. Tie on the side. Inhale up both sides. Now, especially here, let both sides of the waistline come forward. Remember when we did this? Over our legs. Bring your arms up. I'm hugging that brown strip again. Hug in and come forward. If your hammies are tight, bend and come forward. You may not go as far, but I want you to get the thighs down. I want you to feel an openness through your back. If your hammies are loose, then just allow your legs to come down, but always belly in, rib cage in, arms connected. See how I'm hugging the midline all the way through my body. What else is hugging the midline? My feet. I'm hugging in. My feet are engaged. My whole body is alive. Breathing in. Inhale and come all the way back up. Let your legs slowly begin the journey back together and then bounce. Inner spiral. Nice deep breath. Good. Then let your left knee go out to the side. Bring your left foot up to the top of the thigh. Now your hips and your shoulders are square. Square to one another. Good. You're going to do that same thing of getting the hips to come down, lifting up through the spine. Left hand crosses over. Good. Now lift up. Take your rib cage in. Connect to a nice long spine. Right? Nice long spine. Then rotate. Don't let your head go yet. Now my shoulders are in, stacking one on top of the other. Breathing in. Now let your gaze go off to the side. From here, you're going to lift your right arm up and you're going to look underneath your right arm. Fingers pressing towards your left knee. Breathing in, you might feel some popping through your spine. Nice deep breath. Release, come all the way back to center. Both legs straight out, inner spiral, because one side is going to be more open than the other. Let's just kind of even it out. Right leg out to the side, toes in. Nice deep breath. We're going to build the twist. Good. Head of the arm bone up toward the ear back. Rib cage in. Right arm crosses over. Now we're going to begin to stack your shoulders across. So we're out of the square with your hips. Rotate here, hand to knee, knee to hand, then rotate your gaze in that direction. Left arm reaches. Left fingers go to the right knee. Hold the midline here. What does that mean? My hand is on the knee, my belly is engaged, I'm bringing my rib cage in. It's like I'm doing this, except that one hand is here, but it's still that energy of holding that midline. And then release, come all the way back, both legs straight, inner spiral. Come forward into Paschimottanasana. When you're here, little toes come to your ears, big toes press away. Really important because that helps you hug the midline. Little toe keeps your shins in. That gets your thighs to press back. Now we're talking an inner connection. Breathing in. So what we want to do is connect the energy centers. Inhale and come all the way back up. Good. Come into a Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees bounce. Breathing in. Good. Relax the knees for a moment to come forward. And then inhale up. Just notice if your tendency is to round your back. You want to stay upright by coming into a low back curve, bringing the torso again slightly forward over the hips. And if this is where your stretch is, this is where you're going to be, because this is how you build the correct alignment. If you can hold the alignment and go forward, great. Now take the hips down. And then inhale and come all the way back up. Just do it a few more times. Exhale forward, heart comes forward. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up. Now, take the arms up. I'm going to hold that brown box again, hugging in, right? Hug in. Now, when you have your hands and you can feel the energy between your hands here, see if you can feel that same energy. We're connecting lines all the way down to your pubic bone, right? Arms here. You're going to come forward. Now, if you can feel that energy center, part of this is awakening your Sushumna from the root chakra up to the crown chakra. And we do it through alignment. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up. And again, you're doing this. You want to hold that energy, right? You don't want your arms to be kind of do this. You don't want your fingers to be unengaged. Up, up. And you want to feel it in your back. Good. Release and come all the way back. Take the head of the arm bone up toward the ear and back. Are you feeling a little exhausted? Yes, it's tough work, I know. Good. Nice deep breath. But you find that when we are moving from the individual places of your body, like shoulders or neck or hips, or when we combine that energy that I'm talking about, getting this all, it's less energy because you're dispersing the energy everywhere. So your left knee is coming in, your right leg is coming out. We're going to pulse the knee back behind us. Here we go. You're going to bring your right hand across to the inside so that it's holding onto the outside of your foot. Now at that point, you're holding onto the outside of your foot. You want your big toe mound to be pressing away. Now that's where your left hand comes in, because now your big toe mound is going to press into your left hand actively. And we're going to lift up. And we're going to take the knee back behind us as much as you can. Now, you're going to have varying levels of flexibility here, and I just want you to go to where you are. I don't want you to do this, okay? We want to strengthen the back. Lift it up. So if you're here and you're lifted, engaged, rib cage in, and your knee goes to here, so be it. There you go. That's where you are. If you can stay upright and go back further, woohoo! Doesn't matter. Be where you are. Doesn't matter. We're all going to go somewhere. Take the knee back. Lift up through the spine. Breathe in. Nice deep breath. Good. Just feel that energy. Good. And you want an active foot, little toe mound, holding big toe mound away. Lift up straighten your leg. Now, if you cannot hold to the outside of your feet, hold here. Doesn't matter where you hold, because we're beginning to get a little bit more of a connection to the thigh pressing back, belly in. We're connecting those energy centers. Spread your toes. Breathe. Good. Now you're going to take your left hand, cross it over. Now, could be to the outside of your foot. Could be to the outside of your shin. I'm going to show it to the outside of the shin. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, rotate. Here we are in a rotation again. Same thing. Rib cage in, lengthen up through the spine. Rotate a little more. This is how we grow the practice. And make sure you're not doing one of these, but going backwards. Up, right, fingers right by your hips. Breathing in. Let that energy move. And then release and come all the way down. All right, both legs straight out for a moment, inner spiral. We're gonna do the other side. I just want you to settle into the breath. Walk your hands forward to where you are. Don't let your head go down. Do not let your head go down. You want to stay upright. This is how we break patterns. I want you to break patterns. We've got this whole thing of video. Here we are, you know, seeing everything. When you do this, you round your back. This goes under. Here, forward, gaze up, heart up. Breathing in, break your habits. Nice deep breath. Inhale up. I don't care how far you go. It doesn't matter. If your energies are connected, it doesn't matter. Exhale forward. The idea is to melt the energies, connect the energies, let your whole body work together. Inhale, come all the way back up. Come back into the Baddha Konasana for a moment. Good. Believe, trust me when I say transformation is the way to go. We don't want to be stuck, especially at our age. We tend to be stuck because we want to be safe and we want to be calm and we think that that's the way. Calm is being able to move through the storm. We've got to move through the storm. We've got to break it. If we don't break our own patterns, it's harder to be more flexible out into the world. Right leg comes in, left leg goes up. Now, I'm asking my body to work with other parts of my body. I want my body to connect. I'm asking my little toe mound to connect to my left hand, big toe mound into my right. I've got a strong connection there because I'm going to push it. I'm going to make this knee move to where it can go. Now, don't want this. And now we're putting a lot of pressure on the lower back. We've lost our belly. Inhale up. Connect a nice long spine first. Then press it back to wherever it's going to go. You want to stay integrated. Integrate the action. So we're really hugging the whole body into the midline. Pressing the knee back. Breathing in. Good. Okay. And then we're lifting. Now, we got the strong open hammies. You can have your hand on your foot. If you do not, and you're doing this, and we're all kind of crunched up, bring your hand down and lift your heart. Integrate head, shoulders, belly, leg. Now take your right hand across. I don't care. I'm going to show it here. If you're flexible and can take the outside of your foot, then yahoo. If not, come lower. Lift up. Good. Now, don't go here. Stay here. Take the top of the thigh down. That's going to take some core. Rib cage in. Rotate. Nice deep breath. Good. Good. Find your edge. Release and come all the way back to center. Come back to Dandasana before we do the final, one of the final poses, pinnacle pose, Yantrasana or sundial. Head down towards the floor. Breathing in. Now just see if you can lift your head up, keep your spine nice and long. Breathing in, take your rib cage in slightly. lengthen through the spine. When you take your rib cage in, you have more power to get the top of the thighs down. And if you get the top of the thighs down, that stretches your hammies. So we get to those tight hammies, low back, breathing in. If you have any low back trouble, please go to my class from last week, which is all about the low back and sciatic, sciatic, not the sciatic, but the SI joint. Inhale all the way back up. So we're going to take the left leg out. We're going to bring the right leg back to our hands. Okay, going to press the knee back. Now going to lift the right arm up. Now this, we're going to bring the right arm underneath the leg. And you're going to go as far down as you can. And it may be wherever that is, you may lift up through the spine. So see if you can get the hand on. You can do fingerprints only to get your fingers high. You want your leg into your arm, arm back into your legs. You're holding the midline. For some in the class, you're going to hold on to the outside of your right foot. You're going to lift up and rotate. Surya Trasana, we're looking for fireworks here. Nice deep breath. Good, then release. Come all the way back. So you can either do that or you can do what Trish did, thank you very much. Do the rotation, the crunch asana, either way. But I want you to try this, Surya. You just kind of have to break your patterns again, doing things that actually are not quite in, maybe even available to you yet, but kind of have to see yourself moving towards it. So take a moment to just kind of breathe, just in a regular Sukhasana pose. Close your eyes for a moment and just lift up through the spine and just feel that energy. Because Surya Trasana or even Crunchasana twist takes a lot of energy, and we just want to keep moving into that center, our inner landscape. This is about your practice. This is about connecting in mind, body, and spirit. Union, yoga. Nice deep breath. All right, then open up your eyes again. We're going to move to the other side. So this time it's the right leg coming in. You're going to hold on to the left, just what we did before. Hand to foot, foot to hand. You're going to press it back and lift the knee, the heel up a little bit. So now we're beginning to change the shape of the pose. You're going to hold on with your right arm and push to bring your shoulder up by your foot up by your shoulder. So you're going to go underneath. Let's just try that, even if this is not available to you yet. All right, so Trish, I don't want you to hold on to your foot like this. Hold on to your ankle. Let your foot be in alignment. Yes, yes, you want your foot like it's on the floor. Good, you're going to lift the foot up. You're going to rotate the torso. And we do this by all the things we did before. Rib cage in, belly, rotate. You got to grow the rotation. You got to lift up through the spine. If this is not available to you, I want you to do a crunch asana. I want you to get a good feeling for a stretch, for a rotation. Good. There we go. Or Surya Trasana or sundial. Good. Release. Come all the way back to center. Woohoo! Fireworks. Nice deep breath. Come back into a center for you. Come into a gentle seated pose, Sukhasana, whatever foot in front works for you. Nice deep breath. You're going to feel your heart beating. It always does when we move away from our comfort zone and we move into a place that maybe is a little questionable, but will become more a comfort zone as we explore it. Come back to the deeper breath, belly, lungs, and throat. I want you to feel the connection, the power of aligning your energy so that you really feel like your mind is with your body and your body is with your spirit. That's an unbeatable combination. You make choices from that space and it will always be in your best interest. Always. Take into consideration that practice of tuning inward, breathing in. Good. Then open up your eyes and find your way into Shavasana, taking your time connecting to the earth, connecting onto the floor. It's been quite a class. You deserve a break. I talk about a class of craziness. Breathing in. And as you are even here on the floor, just feel that way that your body worked together to create those poses. Feel how the earth supports your opening. And how the planet needs your gifts. Summer solstice. Summer solstice, summer day. Hot, hot temperatures, hot tempers, hot sweat pouring down in liquid tears. The sweat of birthing justice and summer into being. Feeling the way your whole body connects to the mat, to your floor, to the earth. Feeling the warmth of the sun that we do not have today, but the warmth of the sun on your body. Feel your whole body humming. This energy of both connection, of breath, of prana, of spanda. So allow small movements to come back into your fingers and come back into your toes. Let your knees float up into your chest and hug them in, gently rocking from side to side as you roll to one side, as you pause for a moment and breathe into your own inner landscape. And then continue the side roll all the way up to a seated pose, bringing your hands to prayer position at your heart center. And together we will do one Om. So take a breath in. Om. May we have peace in our heart and peace in our mind, and true and everlasting peace and healing on this planet. Namaste.